Now the sad truth is that you may never be able to get the most out of your modelling if you can't see what you're trying to build or paint. Therefore, magnification of some kind is pretty much a no-brainer. Now optical loops like this can be a great option, and I've loved using these, but I have found they do have one big drawback. These. And if you do need a specific optical prescription and simple magnification is not doing it for you, then you need to have the corrective prescription between your eye and the magnifier. So whilst you can layer them up like that, it is uncomfortable and it's not ideal, especially for longer painting sessions. Now when I first got these, the magnification alone did me fine. But over time my prescription had changed and I ended up having to double them up. Which is not easy, at the best of times. And it's a strong look, isn't it? But looking at the comments on the video where I reviewed these, then I'm not alone. But then I had a family business called CraftOptics, who are based over in the United States, reach out saying they might be able to help. Now for clarity, this video is not sponsored, but they did send me a demo set of their optical loops, magnifiers, which actually builds your prescription into the magnification. And they said, give it a go, see what you think. So I did. Now if after watching this and they look like an ideal solution for you, then I'll put a link down in the description. On the flip side, if this helps you realise that this particular thing is not right for you, then that's also great. I'll just save you some money. But first things first, I can hear what you're thinking because it was my first thought as well. Bespoke magnifying glasses, they must cost an absolute fortune. Well, that is a very, very valid point. So let's look at that a bit first. Now these ones we looked at before, these are an entry-level set without any prescription. Now these range from roughly $25 to $130 US. But at the other end of the spectrum, you could be looking to spend thousands of dollars for a very, very high-end set. So taking that into consideration, you could say this set is kind of mid-ranged between that low and high price bracket. But even if they are mid-price range, are they actually worth the money? So an analogy could be that it's a bit like the difference between buying a suit off the peg and investing in a suit that's been tailored to fit you properly. And often you get what you pay for. But when it comes to suits or modelling equipment, investing in something like this is only going to be worth it if the fit and the function is right for you and your needs. So let's take a look at these to see what it's actually like and what it can actually do, and see if they are or are not the right bit of kit for you. So what do you actually get in the set? Well, for starters, it comes in a semi-rigid carry case, which has a hard foam interior to keep everything nice and snug and safe. Now this set is what they call the Wow package, which includes both the CraftOptics magnifying eyeglasses as well as what they call the DreamBeam light, along with a rechargeable battery pack, the charger for it, and a cleaning cloth. But first of all, let's have a look at the most important bit, the magnifying eyeglasses. Okay, let's just pause that for a second. Yes, it is a minor vocabulary point. Now you will hear these being called both optical loops and magnifying eyeglasses in different environments. Now I'm told these are known as loops in the medical and dental fields, and they're known as magnifying eyeglasses within the world of art and crafts. Now what you want to call them, I guess, is up to you. But for the case of brevity and the fact that I'm going to be saying the phrase magnifying eyeglasses every 5 seconds is going to be a mouthful. So for that purpose, I will refer to them as loops, but between you and me, well, we both know what I mean. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's have a look at these. So as you get them out of the box, these do look very nice. While they do look very delicate, they seem like a really nice build quality and nice and light. Okay, let's test that. To compare the original non-prescription loops we tested before, these weigh 77 grams. Okay, that's not bad. Whereas the CraftOptics sets with my particular lenses, bear in mind, depending on the strength of the lens you need, that it might be slightly more or slightly less. But with my lenses, the retaining strap, but without the light attached, it weighs just 59 grams. Even with a light, they weigh just 67 grams. So even with a light, it's a lot lighter than the entry-level set. The important thing is the lenses, which I have to say are bang on my prescription. Now the glasses are comfortable to wear and secure. It does not feel like they're about to slide down my nose. Now they arrive all set up for you already, down to your specifications. But also what I quite liked was they sent a link to a video which shows you how to adjust the nose pads to make it possibly sit even better on your face than they already do. But also another which shows how I can flip the magnifier lenses out of the way and then how to reset them properly. Now this I really do like for a number of reasons. Firstly, with this loop setup, they do a fantastic job of magnifying the centre of your vision, but you maintain your peripheral vision to mix paints or fine tools, etc. But with this set, because the lenses which are corrected to your prescription, then in your peripheral vision, then you can also easily see the TV across the room, or follow a tutorial on your laptop, or see what the kids are up to. Secondly, I like the ability to have the telescopic lenses down and zoom right into the detail, but then have the option to easily flip them up out of the way to look at the whole piece and use them like standard glasses. Now also, one of the great things generally about the loop style of magnifier, either the other version or this one, for example, is the much longer focal length, which creates a much nicer modelling position. With better posture, biomechanics, therefore it's a lot more comfortable for longer painting sessions, but also helps to reduce biomechanical pen aches and pains and eye strain as well. But what I do like about this particular set is that when you order them, then you can choose from 3 different working distances, either nice and close up, further away, or almost at arm's length. Another thing I did quite like about this is that if you do invest in a set of these, then if your prescription changes in the future, then you can send them back to CraftOptics and they have a service which will update the lenses for you before sending them back. Okay, on to the second part of the set, which is the DreamBeam light. Now this consists of a battery pack which you can recharge with the included USB charger. Now this demo set that they sent me did come with a US power adapter, which is not a lot of use for me over here in the UK. But everything charges via USB these days, doesn't it? So this was not a problem at all really. The power pack has a solid looking belt clip, and what is another nice little touch is that it has little LEDs to show how much charge the battery has. As the battery evidently has 20 hours worth of work time, when I was using it I found I could easily forget that when I last charged it. Personally, I quite like the fact that you can be confident that it's not about to run out halfway through a painting session. Now the DreamBeam light itself consists of the light unit and a cable which plugs into the power pack via a USB. And after playing with various configurations, I liked running the cable up over your shoulder and using the adjustable crocodile clip to attach it to your shirt, which means that the weight of the cable is not pulling on the glasses. Just make sure you have enough slack so you can turn your head left and right easy. There is an on-off button on the power pack as well as a button on the cable, which allows you to cycle through max power, half power and off. The light unit can clip onto any CraftOptics eyewear, and then you have a powerful daylight temperature light, which therefore won't mess around with the colours that you're painting, and that light is firing directly at what you're looking at. This can be really helpful, but why? Okay, especially when I'm filming content for this channel, I use a lot of light. But even when I'm not filming, I find the same challenges. As my hands get in the way of the light, it can cast shadows onto the model. Even the angle of the light naturally casts shadows onto the model in different ways, which then makes things very difficult when you're trying to really carefully paint highlights and shadows onto your model. However, having the light coming straight out of your eyes means you're not getting those cross-line shadows. And that means that along with the beautiful image you get through the lenses, you can see so much more detail. Now on that note, I must admit that when it comes to marketing, and I hear phrases like the super amazing package, it makes me feel a bit, really? And I must admit that this was my first response when I saw that this set was described as the Wow package. But being absolutely fair, when I put these on for the first time and turned on that light, actually no. Being completely honest with you, my first reaction when I put them on and looked at the model for the first time, it was much more like, okay. As with the corrected lenses, it gave me a crystal clear, magnified image of the model, which is now lit beautifully with no cross contaminating shadows from lighting. I can now see all the bits I had completely missed. The blends that were off and untidy details. I even saw details that I'd not even seen previously. But on the flip side, I did then have a lot of fun doing my best to put it all right. Now, as you know, on this channel, I always try to really pressure test bits of kit to give a balanced review and cut through that marketing fluff. And despite that, I only found one thing which actually annoyed me. But this is being really picky. The thing is, as a content creator doing close-up camera shots of painting a model, for example, then you have to get the lighting and the camera settings set up right. And being honest with you, as a comparative photography and videography rookie like myself, that can be a challenge at the best of times. But as the Dream light is so bright, while it looks amazing to my eye and I can see everything, it can completely throw out the light levels on camera. Obviously, if you're not a complete idiot like me trying to paint in front of a camera, then this is not going to be an issue in the slightest. However, if you are an idiot like me, it is worth noting that you can mitigate this by using half power as well as slightly adjusting the angle of the beam so the full intensity of the light is not on the camera focal point. But despite that tiny niggle, I can honestly say that the CraftOptics magnifying eyeglasses with the DreamBeam light have genuinely impressed me. Now, I suspect this will become a very core part of my modelling kit. Therefore, if after watching this you think these might be ideal for you and be worth investing in a set, then I've put a link in the description so you can go check out the current prices for where you are in the world. I hope you found this useful, and if so, please hit the like button, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe for more content like this. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know what you liked about this review and if there's anything else you'd like me to have a look at. In the meantime, look after yourself, have fun with your modelling, and I'll see you on the next project.